Aquarius. Hope you guys are doing well in this March season with all this energy flowing around in this lovely retrograde. I am going to go ahead and get started on your reading for the month. Now, keep in mind that this is general. With that being said, obviously it will not resonate for everyone. And I highly suggest that if you find pieces that do resonate for you, take them and run with them. Keep that in mind. And if there are parts that do not seem to make sense in your story, in your life path, then definitely just leave it where it is, let it fall, and move along with it. There are a ton of fantastic readers out there. Plenty of links to click on if you are guided to do so. Alright guys, go ahead and got you shuffled. I pre-shuffled a little bit, reshuffled, so we're ready to go. Alright, Spirit, so let's see for, oh, we came right off the bat, Aquarius. March 2019. Oh, wow. Okay. So this was the first card to come out, that Two of Cups energy. Right out the gate. We know this might be a fulfilling or love reading. Go figure, right? Aquarius. Big old softies. Not really, but you guys are. I know a lot of people give it a bad rap because Aquarius, y'all have the ability to kind of emotionally cut off. But you guys are softies. You are. And, I mean, you want the true love. You know, you want that connection, that deep, intense connection with someone. That's the thing about Aquarius that I've realized, especially all of those that I have in my life personally, is you're not going to settle. And that's why I guess you get a reputation of being somewhat cold or shut off. But you're not going to settle. You're going to wait for the right moment to come, the right person to come along. And that's that Two of Cups. That's what's that about a lot. You have that Star card. So maybe a relationship, friendship, I mean, soulmates can be taken so many ways. You can have a soulmate that's a brother or a cousin, sister, whatever. But for this, it's a relationship, a very significant one in your life. I feel like it's bringing hope. You know, and this is your card again. That lovely little star, that little, you know, bit of an Aquarian vibe to it. Neptunian vibe. Yeah, I feel like a situation's coming in, that Two of Cups, a connection with a person, it's either inspiring you or it's bringing you hope, it's moving you forward. And I say that especially with that Wheel of Fortune. It is movement forward. This is universe seeing progress, seeing the path that you're on and saying, okay, the wheel's turning. Like, we're going to start turning it for you. Which is beautiful energy to have, especially in this situation. You know, with love, you can't really go wrong with the wheel turning in your favor. And then you have this Queen of Wands. So you could be connecting with someone that has fiery energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, or someone that just embodies that passion, that, you know, woman that sits on her throne and does not chase. She knows that she is a prize and she knows that she is worth it. So maybe this Two of Cups, you're connecting with someone that is, you know, is a catch, or they know you're a catch. They know you, and they're very passionate, compassionate, very fiery, engaging people. So whether this is your energy or their energy, it is someone that's very, very, very passionate. And then you have this Eight of Swords energy, which is kind of out of the blue. Someone's maybe not seeing it for what it is. I say that because the Eight of Cups, in a lot of decks I've seen, especially one of my favorite decks that I have, she has her eyes blindfolded. You know, you just have to take it off to see what's there, but you're in so much mental anxiety and turmoil that you're not wanting to see it. And this is what you're not wanting to see. Maybe a choice has to be made between two people, or maybe you're not wanting to see this connection for being this spiritual, enlightening, soul-transforming connection that it is. We're going to grab a couple more cards, though, and see before we jump the gun on that. All right, Spirit, what else do we have for Aquarius, March 2019? Yeah, that's going to come out, definitely. My gosh, you guys. There's a lot. Okay, so we're going to take them as they fall. So let's do that. Okay, so the first card that popped out was the Strength card. Some of you could be connecting with a Leo or have Leo on your chart, or it could be about a personal strength that you have to overcome some kind of insecurities. Especially with that Eight of Swords, I feel like that speaks a lot about insecurities. Whenever I get that card, I get that vibe a lot. Oh, okay. So you guys had the strength to overcome, because this was reversed, to overcome a heartbreaking situation. You know, maybe some of you are being presented with a new love that inspires you, a new connection that is very, very, very spiritual and deeply in tune with who you are, like rocks you to the core. And it's after a period of like having the strength to overcome this heartbreaking situation. Because then you have the Empress here. And this Empress, she always speaks. It can be fertility, but it's also about birthing new things. It's about birthing new things that are flourishing. You know, they're stable, they're grounded, sorry, my throat. Maybe one of you needs to speak up too, because those swords are heavy. Yeah, it's about flourishing. It's about creativity blossoming around you. Someone that just inspires this in you, or you inspire it in this person. And it's after a period of heartbreak. You know, coming through a period where you felt to the core torn apart. And then you have that Moon card there. I can't remember if it came out reversed or not. I want to say it did, but I mean, I'm picking it up. So either way you go. The Moon card, it was some truths came to light. You know, they were illuminated in the situation. Maybe someone was heartbroken, had the strength to overcome something, and they wanted to build something because and it brings them to a moment of truth in their life. A moment where they have to be completely honest with themselves and kind of peel back the layers and be open. Okay, so then the first one that came after that was that Four of Cups. Yeah, this is someone that wasn't seeing a connection or paying attention, noticing something. They were kind of looking away, so to say. Like they were just, I'm not focusing on that right now. That is not my intention. So maybe this situation itself came after a period of heartbreak and such, when someone wasn't looking for it. When someone was not looking for love, not looking for a soul connection. And that's how it always happens. It happens when you least suspect it. And I feel like that's what that energy is. It's the strength to overcome a situation that was so heartbreaking, and they get to a point to where they're creating and they're in their, alignment, and they're feeling good about themselves, and then they have some kind of truth that's revealed internally, externally, spiritually, and then they hit this situation where they're like, I don't want love right now. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Take it away. And then someone comes in with a very passionate offer. Knight of Wands. It can be an in and out energy as well. So maybe you were heartbroken over someone that was in and out of your life. Or maybe this is someone that is literally just going to charge forth with, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, they're charging in with a passionate offer. But it's also balancing you. It's someone that is going to have equal give and take with you. They are going to build with you from the ground up. And it's going to be an equal exchange. And maybe after a period of heartbreak, that's a scary thing when you least expect to come across someone that is somewhat mirroring you. Because you do have the Lover's card here, and it is Gemini. It can talk about decisions, but it's also someone that is the yin to your yang. It's someone that mirrors you. And again, you have that Two of Cups. That Two of Cups is that equal give and take. Again, your cup's full, my cup's full. We're just going to give to each other from the free flow in between. Yeah, I can understand why, and yeah. It's a cycle. It's something that was meant to happen, that was meant to come in. This is a universal card. It's Major Arcana. You know, this is something that was meant to come in. This is the universe bringing it to you because it is wish fulfillment. I absolutely love when they do that. I'm sure it's terrifying, though, whether it's you or this other person. Now, take it with a grain of salt. This could be the other person's point of view, and, this is their perspective. I feel like greatly this is you, especially with the point of being so heartbroken and wanting to stay closed off and not wanting to see something and not wanting to be enlightened and say like, oh, this is it. This is the one. I want to say that. I want to say someone here, like deep down, like way underneath where no one could ever find it. They were like, this is it. This is the one. And they just didn't want to admit it to themselves. They weren't ready for love. They didn't want love. You know, they didn't want to see it. But this is their wish fulfillment. This is something that's going to make them incredibly happy. It's going to lead to their 10 of cups. You know, you get your wish fulfillment, and then you hit that 10 of cups, and you are fulfilled. A couple more cards. Well, there that one wanted to pop out right out of the gate. Okay. I have a couple that want to pop out, but they're not, so I'm not taking them. They don't actually pop out. Yeah. That Queen of Swords popped up on the bottom, so a while ago it flipped up, so. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we have, okay, so we had some toxicity. So someone was in a period where they were very toxic, whether to themselves, other people. They were fighting an internal battle. There was some toxicity going on, or maybe between the two of you even. I mean, it could have been, but I feel like this is something, it's like a fresh start, or it's completely new. Yeah, this is definitely toxicity. There was someone here that was toxic in this situation, or you both were toxic together. And there is a King of Pentacles. So this is someone that's come into their own financially, stability, security, things like that. This is that daddy figure you want. That King of Pentacles, he's open, he's honest, he's communicative, he's upfront, he's like, okay, this is what it is. You know, I am who I am, and I'm okay with that. Whether that's your energy you're embodying or they are. Maybe this lovely King of Pentacles had some toxicity to overcome before he could gain his full power, before he could become who he was meant to be. Gender fluid. Could be she. But someone here, you know, was toxic, had demons they had to come inside, and maybe it was you. Maybe it was that heartbreak. It brought off all these things of, you know, worry or stress or anxiety, things like that. And I know a lot of people don't see that as toxicity, but it can be a form of it. You know, if you're with someone and they always trigger anxiety in you, and it has nothing to do with them being a bad person or making choices or doing bad things, it's just you, that's something toxic inside of you that you have to find a way to heal. And then you hit that Six of Swords energy. Yeah, that was definitely, yeah. There was a lot, especially mentally, emotionally, physically. There was a lot to overcome in this, for this person, through this heartbreak, whether it was yours or theirs. And I feel like they had a lot of insecurities that were attached, and I think I said that earlier too in here. There was insecurities at some point. Yeah, because you have this Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups coming in. I mean, with this High Priestess especially, it was like it heading towards that fulfillment and that security, that spiritual enlightenment, I want to say. It was like someone just, they had to come to a point to where they healed those toxic things within themselves and balanced themselves out. Otherwise, they probably would have never came to this connection. You know, they had a lot of healing to do before it could move forward, before you could get the balance and you could get the offers and you could get the wish fulfillment, and you had to come out of a place where you didn't want love and you didn't want connection, you didn't want emotion. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to focus on yourself, but you finally get to a point where you want to share it with other people. You know, that's when you heal. When you realize you were so fulfilled in yourself and you were healed, then you start sharing that love with other people. And that's what it feels like this person has experienced and overcome and learned. That, you know, they want to share their love. Just a couple more cards. March 2019. Anything else for Aquarius? You guys are having some heavy fire energy. So unless you have fire in your chart, you have a ton of fire. Oh, and then at the bottom you have the Ace of Pentacles. That's awesome. Universal gifts definitely coming in. Yeah, if you guys do not have fire in your chart, you are connecting with someone that is very passionate about you or very fiery. I'm going to take these in the order they fell. So that Six of Wands energy is someone that sees this as a victorious situation. They want victory here. They want this happiness. They want this fulfillment. They want this connection, this lover's deep soul connection. And then you have this Four of Wands come in. that with the Lovers for me is my indicator of twin flames, soul connections, deep karmic ties, past lives, things like that you've experienced together. So whether this is someone that you have in this life been connected with, moved on from, came back together with because, you overcame things or they overcame things and then you reconnected, or this is someone from your past life that's brand new coming in and they are scaring the shit out of you, or you're scaring the shit out of them at first because you're like, is this even possible? Does someone like this even exist? Is this even real, what I'm feeling? Well, someone definitely wants victory here, so it is fairly real because that Four of Wands is that connection, that ultimate grounded stability, fulfillment, home life, celebration. That is your package deal in a home. And that Two of Wands means that someone is headed right for it and they have made a choice. They have made a choice to achieve victory in this situation and to build this nice, stable, grounded, happy home. And then you have that Hermit and that Sun. So the Hermit came out first and then the Sun card came out. So they made a choice. They made a choice to go within, to go on a journey, to figure themselves out. I feel like they made a journey to heal themselves. And then they did. They had this happiness card too. So because someone made that choice to head in that direction to heal themselves for this home that they wanted, for this happiness, this joy, this stability, they're going to get it. They're going to get this happiness, their ultimate happiness, through this connection. Because they've made a choice. They made a choice to take a chance on love. I'm going to leave that there. That's beautiful. That's what it is. Someone, at the end of the day, they were so heartbroken and distraught over the past, whether it was with this person or with someone else. And then they finally decide to make a choice and they choose love. They choose to move forward in victory towards this. And because they make that choice, they're victorious. They have the happiness. They reach that spiritual enlightenment. You can't make this up, guys. This journey. Anything else for Aquarius? March 2019. So some of you could definitely be connecting with Leo or very fiery energy because the Sun card's here again. And then you have the Strength card. And then you have the King of Wands. And then I believe the Page of Wands. Yeah. So before, this is the deception card, of course. But I feel like it's also self-deception sometimes. And I feel like someone was deceiving themselves and not giving love. They were deceiving themselves. They weren't making an offer. They didn't want to. They did not want to. But they wanted to speak some truth at some point. They wanted to reach out, to send a message, to tell someone exactly what was going on. They reached a point where they finally decided, okay, I excuse my language, but I bullshitted myself for so long because this was here and I'm an idiot. Whether it's you or them, and I apologize if it does happen to be you in the situation. I'm not calling you an idiot, but it's like someone feels like they were being an idiot. They were like, this is something that's not everyone gets, and I'm just gonna throw it away because I'm a little scared. I felt like someone healed and overcame their fear, and then I feel like they kept their eye on the other person while that was going on too. I feel like they didn't just walk away hands clean. If this was a situation where someone walked away, they definitely kept their eye on someone else. And I want to say they kept tabs on this person because it's like they couldn't offer their whole heart because they were terrified. But they knew this person was the one that was going to fulfill their heart. And so they kept tabs. They kept up with them. I feel like they did. Like maybe on social media or maybe through friends or mutual friends or whatever it was. I feel like someone had kept tabs on this person because they knew they were it. And it's like they had to come to a point where they could stop fooling themselves and bullshitting themselves and pretending like it was going to go away or you're not going to forget about the person. If you have a Lover's connection, a Four of Wands connection, what was the other one? The Ten of Cups one to pop out at one point, and a Two of Cups connection with someone, it's going to be so hard to walk away from that. And with the positivity that was in the reading, why would you want to, There comes a point where you have to choose love instead of fear. You just have to. Or you're not going to move forward and grow. And you're not going to grow towards happiness. That Sun card. That is what it is about. It's about that feeling of being with someone that fulfills you so much and you are so comfortable with them that you can be your childhood self. You can be the happiest, go luckiest person you've ever been and know you are safe with them. And that's what I feel like has come through in this reading. I feel like someone came across a connection and it fulfills them like no other thing they've experienced before, and it terrifies them at the exact same time. And whoever ran and is terrified is going to come to terms with the fact that they're not going to find this with anyone else. They don't want to find this with anyone else, and that being scared is going to run their life if they don't change it and choose love and choose to be open. You know, you can't let fear dictate your future. You can't. That's not what the universe has in store for you. They want abundance. They want growth. They want that Ace of Pentacles that popped up at the bottom of the deck. You know, they want to give you these gifts, but they can't give them to you if you are so closed off you can't receive anything. All right, Aquarius. You guys, that reading was intense. Man. Okay, so my universal deck. Anything else for Aquarius for the month of March 2019? Let's see if we can get anything else. Any universal enlightenment. Okay. Alright. The presence of love will... Oh my goodness. They always do this to me. The presence of love will always outcast fear. I just said you cannot let fear... I'm going to zoom in on this so you guys can see this, because they do this all the time. You cannot have fear in your heart and expect to fulfill yourself with love. Self-love, love from another person, whatever it may be. You cannot be open to love if you are experiencing a life of fear. And take it from someone that has done that and experienced a life of fear for a very long time. Choose love. Choose love every single time. The universe has my back. They definitely do. They have done nothing but present this right in front of you, handed you this beautiful gift, and it is up to you, or vice versa, the other person, to take it. Hope is a conduit for miracles. Yeah. You have to have some kind of hope. You have to have hope that things are going to work out for your genuine best, because they will. Happiness is my birthright. That Sun card, man, they were coming through, that fiery, passionate energy. I feel like you guys are going to be connecting with someone that brings you extreme happiness, or reconnecting with someone that brought you such joy, such happiness. And if you do reconnect, I feel like it's going to be a new cycle. It's going to be completely different this time around. So, all right, guys. That is it, Aquarius. I will see you guys in a couple weeks. Hopefully you have a good March. Love and light. Bye.